Yo, what's up, everybody? Man, I cannot believe another year is almost over. And honestly, 2022 has some great films. Now, I haven't seen all of them, such as RRR or The Fablemans or even a few others. But the ones I have seen, it's my top 10 favorite movies that I enjoy personally and that I thought was very entertaining. Now, I'm not going to do a review of these films. They're already on my channel. I'm just going to talk about them and keep moving because, as they say, time is precious. So here it is. Let's get down to it. Number 10. And so to start off this list is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I have to say, this film is like a love letter to Nicolas Cage movies. The acting, the story, the flat out entertaining time that I had with this film. And I recently rewatched it. I was like, this movie is damn good. Like, honestly, I enjoy a lot of things about this film. And while it's not a perfect movie, I thought it was entertaining enough to have it at number 10 on my list. Number 9. Alright, next is a video game film I had a lot of fun with. That is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. What can I say? I love the characters, I love the plot, I love the settings. Not everything about this film was great, but overall seeing Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails taking on Dr. Robotnik, the whole scenery of it all, it made it for a great video game movie. Maybe this is the film that finally made video game movies, a common thing, popular. Now, honestly, I can't wait for the third film, and this movie outdone itself. And yes, I do consider this movie better than the first Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 8. And so this next entry on this list, it took them a long time to get this one right, and a franchise that's been around for a long time, that is Prey. I had a fun time with this movie, the acting, the visual combat, the settings. It all made for a Predator film that wasn't trying to outdo the original one, but it did its own thing and it became one of the most enjoyable films I've seen this year. Maybe this is what they should do with the Predator franchise, have it take place in different time periods instead of trying to replicate the first Predator movie, because honestly, this one was a good time. Number 7. This is a movie that I quite frankly enjoyed a lot when I first saw it. That was The Woman King. Seeing a bunch of female warriors battle for what they believe in, acting wise, this movie was great. Viola Davis, she was the standout of this film. And quite frankly, I never saw a film like this where you take a bunch of women warriors and have them fight all out. Sure, there might have been other films before this, but overall, when it comes to representing the black culture and the fact this was based on a true story, then I was happy to see this finally play out, and quite frankly, it became one of the most entertaining films of the year. Number 6. Alright, at the number 6 spot, it is Elvis. Yeah, it's because of this film I became a fan of Elvis Presley. I love his music. The acting in this, the story, seeing Elvis Presley go through all this hardship, it made it very relatable to a lot of people out there. Certainly, this movie is great. It gets underrated, in my opinion, sometimes. There's probably a lot of other people who do appreciate this movie, but personally, I found this one thoroughly entertaining. Number 5. This next movie on this list, it was 13 years in the making, but James Cameron did it again. That is Avatar: The Way of Water. I love this film, from the characters to the acting to the action. It was a nice return to Pandora, and I'm looking forward to the next 3 sequels. If James Cameron can make films like this, then I'm already looking forward to what the future holds. And quite frankly, this movie was so entertaining, I'm looking forward to checking it out real soon again. Number 4. Alright, so up next is a comic book film I had a lot of love for. That is The Batman. Everything I liked about this film was great. Honestly, seeing the whole setting of Gotham, and even though Robert Pattinson wasn't my favorite Batman, I still like what this movie represented, seeing the characters, seeing the action scenes, and I'm looking forward to the future. How about we get a Batman film with, Dr. Hugo Strange, or even, the Night of Owls, or some other Batman film we haven't seen. But realistically, this film, it did a lot of great things, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds. I want to see more of this world. Number 3. Now, if you would have told me 10 years ago there was going to be a sequel to Top Gun, then I probably would have laughed in your face. That's Top Gun Maverick. Who would have thought a movie that happened decades later would have been one of the best movies of this year? This is like a return to form for Tom Cruise, who's always made great movies, I might add. But seeing the characters, seeing his relationship with Rooster, seeing how this movie ties into the original Top Gun so well, and the mere fact I had recently rewatched it, it made me love this film even more. I even got emotional a little bit near the end. And I must say, overall, this was a summer movie well worth the wait. And quite frankly, I'm glad it turned out to be the great film that it is.
Number 2.
You know, I have to say, this next entry on this list, it really impressed me. That is The Northman. Everything I had liked about this film, it was just great. The acting, the characters, seeing the Norse mythology. It all came together to make a Viking movie where pretty much a lot of shit goes down. Yes, this movie is fantastic. It's a film done real well. And recently, this film should get all the praise because honestly, it's a movie I enjoyed when I saw it months ago. And I had watched it again. I was like, you know what? Yeah, this movie is damn near perfect.
Number 1.
And at the number 1 spot, it's a film that, quite frankly, I didn't think any other movie was going to close to be in it. And that is Everything Everywhere All at Once. The real multiverse of madness. Seriously, the wackiness, the weird things that goes on in this film, the multiple characters, it all comes together to make quite a thoroughly enjoyable movie. What can I say? I was a little bit late watching this because it did come out early in the year. I didn't see it until the summer, but once I saw it, I was like, man, this movie is just fantastic. And this film, well, it does a lot of great things. What else can I say? If you haven't checked this film out, I would highly recommend it because it is quite a movie. And there you have it. That is my top 10 best movies of 2022. This was a great year for films, I admit. I had fun watching all these films. And quite frankly, this list is an opinion. So I want you guys to go down below in the comment section. Let me know what was your top 10 favorite movies of this year. In fact, it really doesn't have to be top 10. It could be more than that. It could be less. Or it could even be video games because after all, I am a gamer. Alright, so I have done my top 10 best list. So you know what that means. The top 10 worst movies is coming up next. And I must admit, I've seen a whole lot of horrible films that came out this year. So that is the next video coming up. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.